Hi, welcome to Fantasy Booms and Busts Week 7. My name's CJ Gulino.
And I'm Sam Bloomquist. Let's get into it, CJ.
Sam, this week I got Ben Tate. Ben Tate's facing the Jaguars, and in his first 2 games back from injury, he's averaging over 100 yards and a touchdown on the ground. I think with the weak Jaguars defense, he could put up big numbers this week.
I agree with you, CJ. Ben Tate has been putting up great numbers ever since he's been back. Somebody you're going to want to sit this week is Matt Asiata when the Minnesota Vikings play Buffalo. He played only 15 snaps compared to Jerick McKinnon's 48 snaps last week. He's not going to be the running back that's replacing Adrian Peterson like we all thought he was going to. And even if he does get a few touches, he's playing a very hard run defense in Buffalo.
I completely agree. Matt Asiata definitely looked like that he was going to be the running back to replace Peterson. Now McKinnon's stepping up, taking most of his carries away. Definitely not a good fantasy pick. I like Tony Romo this week against the New York Giants. He reached the end zone twice and has thrown for over 200 yards in each of his last 4 games. His chemistry with Williams and Bryant is only going to get stronger, and the rivalry between the New York Giants and Dallas Cowboys I think is going to bring out the best in Romo.
You may want to watch out on that one, CJ, because the New York Giants, when they play in fantasy, are known for shutting down quarterbacks, even though their defense isn't the greatest. Somebody you may also want to get your hands on this week at quarterback is Joe Flacco when he plays Atlanta. Joe Flacco threw for 5 touchdowns last week against Tampa Bay, and he's really connecting with Steve Smith Sr. and Torrey Smith. And Atlanta's secondary is just as weak as Tampa Bay, so I'm expecting a good week from him.
I agree. I think Atlanta's secondary is very weak. Joe Flacco has looked great, like you said. Someone I really like this week is Andre Williams. His carries have skyrocketed since Rashad Jennings went down, and he's playing a weak run defense in the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys are sitting at 5-1, but I think that's mainly because of their powerful offense. There's a lot of holes in that defense that I think Andre Williams could break out big runs for the Big Blue this week.
Somebody you're probably going to want to sit this week is James Jones of the Oakland Raiders. The Oakland Raiders are playing Arizona Cardinals, which have a great defense with a very strong secondary. And since James Jones is the #1 receiver in Oakland, he's going to be the focal point of the defense since they don't have many other weapons to go to. Derek Carr is the rookie quarterback that will be throwing to him, so he's definitely going to have a tough game if he has to adjust to this.
I agree. I think Derek Carr is definitely going to have to adjust with James Jones. Looks like he's going to be taken out of the whole matchup with the Arizona secondary focusing on him. So I think that's definitely a matchup that you might want to sit.
That's it for this week's Fantasy Football Booms and Busts. Thanks for watching.
We'll see you next week.